Hey, it's Dr. Greg Jantz. As a counselor, I just want to let you know emotional abuse is our topic, and it's a big, big topic. It covers a lot. Many folks can relate to feeling and knowing that they were emotionally abused, but they don't know what that means. And they know they have some scars, but you can't see the scars. Emotional abuse comes in many different forms. I wrote one of the first books on emotional abuse back in 1992. That book is still in print, been revised several times, but emotional abuse is and I'm going to keep it very simple. It's non-physical, though there could be a physical threat, like manipulation, gaslighting, verbal name calling, verbal abuse. It's all about power, control, manipulation. Usually it comes from the same person. Usually it's not a one-time event. Usually it's over a period of time. But emotional abuse does that. It creates scars, deep, deep scars. Now, you can be shamed in public. There can be this pending threat. There can be insults in many different forms. Gaslighting, which is to make you feel like you're crazy. Your feelings are invalidated. Your reality is invalidated. Ultimately, emotional abuse will pull you away from family or support or friends. It disables your support system and makes you feel isolated and alone. Here's the short-term effects. Intense feelings, ultimately, of guilt and shame, feeling powerless, that you can't do anything to change it. You may have physical symptoms. We see a lot of folks with gastrointestinal issues, headaches, fatigue, so it's very real. You may feel this hypersensitivity where it's like it's easy to maybe push you over the edge and you start crying, or you just feel overwhelmed. You're living with this impending sense of doom and anxiety that's just heavy on you. Emotional abuse can cause you to do a secret addiction, sneak off and have food or drink alcohol. So here's some things. Mental health, it's going to have a big effect. Depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, social anxiety, increased likelihood of developing even eating disorders as well as addiction. Number 2, relationships. You're going to lose trust in others. Like, I don't know who to trust. You may be somebody who develops codependency, and what happens is you're continually trying to make everything okay. The person that's emotionally abusing you, you're always trying to fix everything. Number 3, self-esteem, persistent self-doubt and feelings of worthlessness, and that's just pervasive. It just lingers over you. So we know that it's important. You got to recognize this abuse for what it is. Emotional abuse is abuse. It's different than sexual abuse, different than domestic violence, physical abuse, which, by the way, if you're being sexually abused, you're being emotionally abused. If you're being a victim of domestic physical abuse, you are being emotionally abused. But emotional abuse can stand alone. This is something that I always hear. I wish I would have got help sooner. I wish I would have done something more sooner, because it etches away at your self-esteem and who you are, and you lose that sense of self. And then you end up working on all those issues later on. So my word is, because I hear it from clients, is don't postpone. Don't postpone getting help if you're in a situation where there's been emotional abuse. It affects the whole person. As you see, emotionally, relationally, spiritually, our physical well-being. There's a lot of great information here in the article on signs of emotional abuse. This is just to get us warmed up. Information that can be our friend, because as we have our eyes open, then we can do the next steps, and that's called take action.